Welcome to Pay to Play Impressions for Viva Piñata. This is a game that's available on Xbox 360 and it's on Xbox One and Xbox Series consoles as well, although these consoles do not offer any kind of visual advantages except upscaling the game to higher resolution. That's all there is. The game is also available on PC and it's a management game. Well, let's get into it and I'll show you exactly what the game is like. In this game, you're going to be managing something like a zoo. It's called a garden, but it's basically a zoo. You kind of try to have different inhabitants, which are called piñatas, which represent different animals, and you want to have them living in your zoo pretty much, and making sure that they are actually able to breed and to eat and so on. So it is a game, as you can see visually from all the visuals. It's a very colorful game. It's a very nice to look at this way, and here I can actually zoom in also and zoom out, and let me do that. And I'm just gonna move around the camera here, and there's a day and night cycle as well. And so here we are, and so here's our zoo, or garden as it's called in the game. And there's different animals inhabiting it, and there's also different people here. I can talk to this one, and he'll tell me something, and then he usually gives me a seed which can be planted. So I'm going to pick up the seed, and then I can just go ahead and drop it here. Let's say I want to plant it. There you go. That's it. So that's that's pretty much kind of different management you can do. You also attract different animals, and you build different housing for them. You plant trees, and trees provide food for different animals. Depending what kind of trees you plant, different animals will move in, and so on. And like I said, it's a very colorful, very good-looking game, and in a way, it's quite clearly is made for younger children. So for them, it's a very interesting way to introduce them to kind of a circle of life situation here that we see. So we have different animals here, and they require, like I said, different food, so different ecosystems, and they also need to breed. So that will determine, if there are going to be new animals appearing of the same type. Also, different animals eat each other, and so that will happen. But although it's all kind of handled without any grisly details, so that's why it's possible to kind of handle this. Here, we have something like a hedgehog type of animal is attacking the worm because that's what they eat. And so that's what's gonna happen. Here it is, and now he's gonna go ahead and eat that. So again, like I said, there's a different things to handle here and look after to make sure you have yours. The animals that you want are appearing, and the ones that you don't want are not appearing. And depending on which animals you have, you'll have a better garden. The certain animals considered to be higher level, and so your garden will level up. Once your garden levels up, this means that you unlock a bit further in the story. More elements of the story become available to you. So that's kind of pretty much what we have here in this game, and what's available in this game. So I'm gonna send this one here. We need to send him back to his housing. I'm really gonna need to have a bit more worms available, otherwise it's gonna be a problem. Did he just leave? Wow, I didn't expect that. Oh no, there's a worm. Hopefully he can make it through. Otherwise I can also do this. I can water this guy. So that he does not eat all my worms. Okay, so because I'm gonna need the worms for other animals actually that need them to live in the garden. So anyway, so that's pretty much all the themes there are in the game. Maybe the story gets into some kind of themes there further on, but I have not noticed anything so far in the story itself that will be suggestive of that fact. Here's actually an animal that I don't want. There's certain animals that you do want to in your garden, so it's possible to kind of smack them around, and which will cause them to break eventually. But because they are piñatas, they'll just reappear on the edge of the garden. As again, no grisly details, nothing here as such sort. And so they'll just appear again on the edge of the garden as new, and will just go away. That's pretty much the solution. Additionally, to actual garden management, there's also stores and other characters that will talk to you, and they'll offer different services from building stuff to selling you stuff, new seeds. You don't have to only talk to that person to provide you seeds. You can also buy specific seeds, buy specific fruits, buy specific vegetables that will attract other piñatas to your garden, and so on and so on and so on. So again, if you want a different piñata, you want to do that, you'll just set up a different ecosystem. The game teaches all the elements that are necessary in the game to understand how to play it as you play it along. So it will tell you all those things, and if you miss something, there's always here there's a journal, and there's a journal. It has an encyclopedia and as well as how-tos and all that kind of information that's provided that could be referenced again if something's forget something that you how to do something, that's possible to do it. So you just go through the journal and find that, oh yeah, this no, this kind of animal requires this, or so on. Now I'm gonna send this to you to that didn't work. I'm gonna send this to you to breed with each other so that I can get more worms, and that's, I'm gonna show you how the whole breeding part works. So again, it's very whimsical, child friendly and so on. So, and there it is. There's gonna be a mini game, and all we need to do now is just to guide the worm along this path to the other worm. Different animals have different mini game available to them. The general idea is the same. You kind of go along, gather coins. Sometimes it's certain ways it's a bit harder to go through and so on. And then once you're here, that's it. They will now breed, and what will happen is that they'll breed, and then the egg will be delivered, and it will hatch. All animals are here hatch from eggs. Not exactly 100% accurate, but if you want 100% accuracy, there are different zoo management games out there, and there's also the documentaries, which all the grisly details if you want them. So that's it. There is to do in this game. There's other, it's possible to raise piñatas, sell off the different piñatas, and and they buy new things to get different other piñatas and so on, and you keep going. Once you think you've gone down for the story, you keep going with the garden, or you can set up new gardens, and on and on and on. There's no much of a difference. There's also ability to hire help with the garden. So here I have a person who walks around and she waters all the plants for me, so I don't have to do that, which is kind of good. This reduces the management section of the game. So overall, a very good game for the kids to introduce them to the whole idea of circle of life, to the idea that different ecosystems are required for different animals, different foods and so on, different needs for breeding and such, without any of those grisly details. Of course, it's not going to be 100% accurate, and not all the animals are here 100% accurate either. Well, but overall, it's still a good game to play with children. As overall, the visuals and as such, the game, well, I would say that I don't believe that this is a cool game. It's an uncool game. Well, thank you for watching and for listening. If you like this video, please like it. If you didn't like it, don't like it, and please follow and subscribe.